Save the clock tower! Save the clock tower! Save the clock tower! A few weeks ago, somebody backed into this clock tower, and now they should probably do a Save the Clock Tower petition. This tower actually has a huge significance to the town.
I feel the culture of Wainwright is it's a small town feel, but with larger center opportunities.
Coming face to face with this huge beast, this massive, magnificent animal, the buffalo.
And so we have his ghost supposedly here in the museum, waiting to catch a train to go back to Germany. We have a couple people that have claimed to see the ghost, but
I love that it's a clock tower. I'm a big Back to the Future fan, so I love there's a clock tower in a town like this.
I'm Drew, and I'm a documentary filmmaker with a goal of visiting 25 towns in 2025. To get out and really explore the province and uncover the little gems, the small towns that are the heart of the province. Wainwright is this beautiful community in the eastern part of the province. I decided to head out there in late November, right as a light snow was coming down. And right from the get-go, you realize this town is built on two massive pillars, the military and the buffalo.
Coming face to face with this massive buffalo monument that they have here. It's a huge part of Wainwright's history because they roamed freely in this area in the 1800s. Then they established Buffalo National Park in 1907, and that was there until 1939 when it closed. This magnificent animal symbolizes strength and survival. And I think it's fitting for a town like Wainwright. They've survived through much, and they're a very strong town. But we learned all of this stuff in the museum. I should let the girls at the museum tell that story because they do a better job than me.
Our first stop here in Wainwright was the museum. It's actually in the old train station, and trains still go right by it, so you're right where it all started. The ladies were eager to give us the full tour, starting with their first big claim to fame, the Buffalo National Park.
South of here is massive sand hills. It's where the buffalo used to roam. So they moved them all down here, except a few. So what they did was they filmed 3 Hollywood movies here, and then they used to have thousands of people come out on the train to see the buffalo.
Yeah.
And so anyways, that was our claim to fame.
But Wainwright's history takes a wild turn in 1939. When the park was closed and transformed into a prisoner of war camp.
a lot of them said it was the best meal they'd had since the start of the war because they were fed really well. They worked on the farms and everything in the area. But they only ever had 2 that tried to escape. Yeah. When they did, they went north and discovered they were going the wrong way and came back, live back in Wainwright.
What makes the museum so special isn't just the artifacts, it's the people running it. Their roots here go back generations.
And part of the complete history of Wainwright is that the descendants are still here. Because my dad used to work in the provincial park. He was the farm superintendent in charge of gathering hay for the buffalo every year. No, this is home. Yeah. You don't desert from home.
Yeah, all of us have been here for a lot of years.
Yeah. We're small town people. We like it.
So it's not even just them. It's a lot of the population that's just remained. That really tells you something about a town like this. People have just stuck around from generation to generation, and these ladies are making sure that legacy and these stories live on. Speaking of living on, though, they had to tell me the tale about a ghost that lives on in the museum.
One of the guys, after the end of the war, he was so upset about the fact he spent so much time in Wainwright not fighting, he hung himself in the tree outside of here. And so we have his ghost supposedly here in the museum, waiting to catch a train to go back to Germany. We have a couple people that have claimed to see the ghost, but...
An old POW soldier still walking the halls of the museum? Ooh, that's wild.
Actually, that clock has hung there, not working, since it came and was put on the wall after they built the station. And we were in here working one day, and all of a sudden the clock started.
Yeah.
So of course the rumor was that the ghost had started the clock. And it ran for about 2 hours and then quit. It has never run since.
There's a ton more to this museum, so I highly recommend you go check it out. From the buffalo exhibits to the war memorials, there's a lot to see. After our thorough history lesson, we had to go for a bite to eat. And in this small town, I found something that completely blew me away. An incredibly authentic Mexican cantina.
Morales Coquina X Cantina. Sounds very Mexican. Tacos and stuff. Let's go check it out. That's what these guys are saying. There's usually not so many options. But I always call it churritos. Burritos. That's good guacamole.
Yup, that's good. That's good. Basically, like what we do here is like a kind of we say like a street food in Mexico, but to be more like a specific is like a gastronomy from Sonora. Our team start from 8 in the morning, like to do like everything nice, fresh. Like when you ask for one guacamole, it's like cut it, smash it at the same time. Everything pico de gallo, sauce, everything is nice, fresh, homemade.
What's amazing isn't just the food, but the story behind it. They came here from Mexico with some humble beginnings, and then it grew into this.
This restaurant started like a concept of two couple. It was at the first like I was a food truck. Like I was like two streets like down, and then like this got this concept of Mexican, and they open a restaurant.
You might wonder why someone would bring authentic Mexican cuisine to Wainwright instead of a major city. But for Roberto, the answer was easy.
Oh, definitely. Like I was living in big cities. I was coming from Montreal, and I mean it's nice, quiet. The people is amazing. Like no traffic, no constructions. We are new in it's like a new concept in the town, so the people accept it really good.
Well, I was already seeing something pretty unique and special about this community after just a couple stops. But what would I find out by talking to someone from the town hall?
I think Wainwright is an anomaly, primarily in the fact that with our base we have Canadians coming from across the country. I often liken Wainwright to being like a piece of stainless steel, which is a mixture of elements as opposed to, you know, pure iron or whatever. We are a mixture, and that makes us better. I think the services, people, if you've never experienced Wainwright, you come to town and you start taking a look at some of the retail opportunities that are available, the retail services, the professional services. We're becoming a hub to an extent, commercially, retail-wise, service-wise. The people come, and that is coupled with the low cost of living, in fact.
You can see that economic hub in action, even at the local markets, where locals were turning their passions into community support.
It's a passion. It's something that a hobby where you can spend a lot of money, but you don't have to necessarily lose it in the end. You recoup your costs by learning about the coins.
I do the pegs. My brother built the boards. I started doing this 3 years ago, and I raised the money for the senior center here to get new card tables, and I wound up with a new hobby.
At the second market, I met Connie, who's taking that grassroots growth to the next level.
I love Canada, I love Alberta, and this is my way of doing it. I'm opening my shop in Edgerton, with stuff from all over Canada, and I will have many local people with their products and they're selling handmade and also stuff that they bring in. So we're trying to grow the town, so this is one of my ways of helping the town grow. I will be opening a Christmas thing on December 17th from 11 to 5. I'm helping the women. I don't charge for it. They just bring their table and their chairs and their stuff and they sell it and they earn the money. And that just gives to the community too. So.
It's incredible to see that entrepreneurial spirit alive and well. And it's exactly what the mayor was talking about when he described the culture here.
I feel the culture of Wainwright is it's a small town feel, but with larger center opportunities, larger center services. We're small enough that we still know each other. I think we know each other well. We care about each other. There's that small town feel with larger center amenities.
That culture of building things yourself extends to the arts too. I chatted with a couple who bought a nearly 100-year-old movie theater in their town of Hardisty, and they turned it into a live music venue.
It's an old movie theater.
Okay.
It turns 100 years old next year. We bought it 2.5 years ago. We've spent 2 years working on it ourselves. On top of, we're recording artists, so we travel all over the world playing music, so we've done everything pretty much ourselves, all the plumbing, everything.
We opened in May. We did a grand opening, and we've had concerts every month, basically once a month.
Pretty much sold out shows all the time. And international artists will see that they're playing a big show in Saskatoon and then one in Calgary, and then we know they have to come by us, and you see they have a day off, and we get a hold of their management company, say, hey, why don't you come and play in the Bird Dog Theater? And they say, sure, and they do. So.
Bird Dog Theater, check it out in Hardisty, Alberta. There's their website.
Quick shout out to our media sponsor. Listen for the Backroads Alberta Minute on New Country Radio for updates on my adventures and ideas of things to do in small towns around the province. While passionate locals are building up the arts and the culture scene in the surrounding region, the true engine driving Wainwright's own growth and diversity is actually the military. We got that picture right from the get-go at the museum. The armed forces have a massive importance to this town.
A lot of people are posted to Wainwright for a short term as their career progresses in the armed forces. But again, a fascinating thing is the number of people who choose to stay, to retire to Wainwright and make this their forever home. So I think that speaks to the quality, the community, the atmosphere of our town is that people come from across Canada, around the world.
The ladies at the museum explained that there's a buffalo paddock right next to the military base. So we had to go check it out.
Well, this is the Bud Cotton Buffalo Paddock. It's stationed right next to the military base. Unfortunately today, there's no buffalo. Probably because it's so stinking cold with this wind. They're off doing something else. It's interesting, I think, it's like there's sit next to the military base as a symbol of strength and endurance for the military as well.
We are, again, in a very small group of communities outside of that Highway 2 corridor that is growing. If you choose to invest in real estate or whatever in the town of Wainwright, it's a safe bet. It's a great place full of a lot of promise.
Wainwright has a few cool monuments, from the clock tower to the buffalo to the military base. But before I left, I found one more piece of history that built this province.
This is cool. I mean, you see these pump jacks all around Alberta, but this is obviously a pretty historic one, made of wood. This is the history of Alberta. This is how it was built on agriculture and industries like oil and gas. It's pretty cool.
On our way out, we had to stop off at the Battle River Trestle Bridge. The lookout offers a pretty incredible view. We were hoping that we would see a train using the bridge, but sadly, just like the absence of the buffalo at the military base paddock, we didn't get to see a train crossing. But it was still worth it to fly my drone over the landscape here. Wainwright is a town that remembers exactly where it came from, but isn't afraid to build something new. The mayor called it a piece of stainless steel, a mixture of elements that makes it stronger. Between the deep history of the buffalo, the dedication of the military, the authentic food, and the grassroots builders. He couldn't be more right. It's strong, it's resilient, it's built to last, and it's absolutely worth the drive off the beaten path. Next time on Backroads Alberta, we're heading south to Fort Macleod. We'll be hitting up more Christmas markets, and this time braving the cold streets of their historic downtown for the biggest Santa parade in Western Canada. You won't want to miss it.